Says the battery's getting weak, but it's counting down. It's recording.
Okay.
So, rocks is worth anything, we'd be millionaires. Hey, somebody asked me about the fingernails. My fingernails was so long. Look here, shine it on this. And this is why I use my thumbnails. When I growed up, everybody on the farm had long fingernails. And I can use my pocket knife to pull these roots loose, but by doing this, I can keep more of them intact. These are really too big. We shouldn't let them get this big. These are mater plants. And you can see right there, I mean, but then we do one other thing where they really come in handy. I don't have to cut that, I just pinch it off, and it pinches off same as you do a knife. The reason you do this is you don't want the leaves touching the ground. And my wife taught me that if you put them down in like that, they're going to have roots grow all up through here, and it's going to give it a good foundation. We put water in there to start with. We'll let it soak till we dig the next hole. The string, that's baling twine off of hay. You can see where I've tied it together, and that just gives us a go-by. You can see it roll right there. It's pretty straight. You shouldn't put bagger or mater plants out there. They should be littler than this, because when they're this big, it's just harder for them to gain ground. I mean, it's just like, it's common sense. When you see them big mater plants in the store, you don't want to buy them, because just like people, younger can endure more than what an older one can. So, but as you can see, when we do our maters, I've always had the thumbnails and the fingernails just for that. But now, as I'm older, I've got like a neuropathy, nerve damage in my hand. Somebody's shooting. That's probably Dwight. So it's like having a thick pair of gloves on. It also helps me pick stuff up. Plus, you can see how my hands are swelled. I've got rheumatoid arthritis. Sometimes my fingers don't bend the way I want them to bend, but I can sure hook it with my fingernail. So I'm not sure exactly how I got off track here, but somehow I went from the fingernails, planting maters, to showing some pictures of the past and what we've grown. And this is just a few. It's not by no means all of it. But I went straight into gardening. That's a greenhouse me and my daughter built out of cattle panels. Works great. Cherokee purple tomato. And it's a mortgage lifter in behind it. You're basically, I don't know why I've done this. That's green beans. I seldom take pictures of my tomatoes. It's always the beans, but then again, I don't do well eating tomatoes except for the Cherokee purple. There is tomatoes there. The green beans, and that's peppers. The green beans is something that I can eat. That's my wife's salsa, and she wrote her own recipe for it. Everybody loves it. And again with the beans. And we grow basically 4 types of beans. We grow half white runners. We grow Blue Lake pole variety, greasy backs, and peanut beans, and Cherokee Trail cheer beans. Those are pickles that we usually use, the pickling cucumbers, straight eggs. That was before I got the new tractor. That's what we got in fed this year. Little views from our farm to the mountains. And that's Dora and her baby. Dora's who my Facebook picture is. We've got cattle, we've got sheep, chickens, you name it, it's here. That's my wife. And that's Little Red. That's a Massey Ferguson 135. That's my daughter. She was feeding the goat and her sheep, and sheep didn't make it. You know, sometimes on farming, that happens. You don't have to be a farmer to be a gardener, but it helps. Uh, but a lot of people probably seen the tractor video or some other videos. And they might wonder who we are, where I come from, what is my background. Because let's face it, the internet, you can be anybody you want because nobody's going to know better. That's a cat the buzzard's killed. And that's black belly Barbados sheep. But yeah, so I guess I got carried away with the pictures. I just wanted you to know farming isn't everything that somebody does. Farmers have plenty of interest. And I don't know why, but I don't have one with a picture of the boat. But we seldom, if ever, get out on it. But I want to add some other things. One thing you will notice that we go by, and a lot of people do go by, not only in gardening, but farming and even in our own life, is the signs, both the zodiac and the moon phase signs. That's something that you really want to learn because it does actually work. In the world of what don't work, that does work. Take this stone porch, for instance, underneath my house. It's laid out of stone. It's from the local area. It has absolutely no footing whatsoever, but every one of the bottom run, when I first started it out in the light of the moon. The light of the moon, anything that goes above the ground, that's what you want to put out. Anything below the ground's in the dark of the moon. So to wrap this thing up, if you think gardening or farming takes way too much time, way too much money, then there's an alternative. And I discovered that alternative when I briefly quit gardening for a few years. For those of you that don't know, that's his head and neck radiation mask for throat cancer and mycem. And a plaque beside of it is from cardiac rehab. You get that not because of the cancer, but because of a heart attack. I've got two of them. So you know a little bit more about me now and whether I'm even qualified to make any kind of assessment or review of any kind of product. And I guess that's best where we end it right here. Hope all is well.